Hey, what's up guys? It's Tyler here, and in this video, I'm gonna tell you how my concrete and landscape businesses generated over 2,684 leads last year, and not only so you can learn about me, but so you can take the lessons and apply it in your business. It wasn't really that long ago, and my business was struggling to get leads, probably just like a lot of yours. I actually started back in 2018, and when we first got started, I would almost accept every single job that would come through because I really didn't have very many leads. And on top of that, to make it worse, I would not only have to accept all the jobs that come through, but I'd have to be pretty dang price competitive because if I raised my prices, I probably wasn't gonna win enough work to stay busy. So I was kind of stuck in this loop where I really didn't have very much money to market and get leads because the jobs that I did get, I really wasn't making very much money from. For the first 3 years of my business, it really felt like I was just sitting on the sideline watching my top tiered competitors dominate the market. They were charging higher prices, they were doing lower quality work, but my customers would still all go to them for the business, and I just didn't understand it. Then when I hit my breaking point, it was Christmas of 2020. I remember of looking inside my bank account and literally being so defeated. I had put in 3 years of hard work and I had literally nothing to show for it. And on top of that, I was gonna go into a winter with very, very little money. And here in Colorado, we really don't do very much work over the winter. And so it was really hard. And I was basically stuck at a decision point. Okay, is something going to change, or am I gonna have to get a job working for someone else? And it was at either a point where it was gonna get better or I was gonna quit. And since then, I went on a journey to figure out what the cause was going on. And through that journey, one of the things that I learned was that marketing was by far and away the most important thing, that my competitors, the reason why they're doing so good and why they're getting so much jobs, even though their quality was less and their pricing was higher, is they just got a lot more leads. And so then I set out on a mission. Okay, I need to get more leads so I can be less price competitive, I can bump up my prices, I can win more jobs, and overall just make more money. Fast forward to now, and now that I'm getting 2,684 leads last year in my business, I can tell you guys that not only was it amazing to get more leads, but also being able to raise our prices, not worry so much if we lost a couple leads here and there, because it really, at the end of the day, didn't matter because the jobs that we did win were really good jobs and very profitable. So now my goal is to take all of my knowledge that I've learned from myself in the past and what's worked for me to hopefully give to you to make your life better, because I know firsthand that once you figure out your marketing, your life changes forever. This will be the first video in a video series all about how to get more leads inside your business. So make sure that you like this video and that you subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any of the future videos that we put out on generating leads in your business. Also, last thing, if you want a shortcut to your success, I put a link down in the description to learn how to work with me and my team to get leads for you in your company. All right, moving on to the very first thing that I learned is that marketing is a lot like fishing. We don't necessarily want all the fish that we can catch, kind of like a job, right? We don't want all the types of jobs that we can get. We want the jobs that are gonna be right for us and at the right price point to make us money. And so if we're looking at it kind of like fishing, we gotta go where the fish that we want are. Like for instance, if we're always fishing and we come up with crawdads, then we're probably fishing inside of a pond with the wrong bait. What if we want swordfish, right? Well, we're in the way different and wrong area. We gotta go to the ocean, we gotta use different bait. And so if your marketing is continuously pulling the cheap customers to you and is pulling the wrong type of projects to you, then it's probably because you're not fishing in the right spot with the right bait. Like for instance, when I used to get leads in the very beginning of my business, I used to go to Home Advisor. And I'm gonna put up on the screen now a page of actual Home Advisor and how they get customers. And for instance, this is a page that talks all about how much does it cost to get a driveway. And as you guys can see here on this page, Home Advisor is saying that driveways are extremely cheap. So the people that fill out forms on this website are kind of looking for a cheap solution. So Home Advisor, they're gonna take that contact information that someone fills out and they're gonna sell it to multiple people like me and you. And so if that's where you're fishing, Home Advisor, then you're going to be getting the cheaper leads and the people who want cheap work done. And on top of that, you're gonna be bidding against all the other cheap contractors. So if that's what you're doing to get work or something like that, you can really start to think about it in that scenario. You're gonna be like, oh man, no wonder everyone that I talk to is so cheap. It's not that everyone in your area is cheap, it's that where people are finding you are cheap. So where do the best customers go? They go to places like Google. And do they really care about necessarily the costs of the contractor that they're working with? No, so what do they care about? They care about a company that has a proper website with really good reviews, very good content. And why does a customer want to work with someone like that type of contractor versus someone that doesn't have very many reviews and has a bad website? Because the customer that wants really high quality work, they know that they want to work with someone who takes their business very, very seriously. And so from the outside looking in, if you don't have a good web presence, like you don't have a good website, you don't have a good reviews, and all that stuff, then you're going to, by nature, be attracting the cheaper customers to you, because cheaper customers know the companies with, say, worse websites, for instance, probably are a little bit cheaper because they can't afford a good website. Where else are they going to? They're attracted to companies with really, really good branding, really good apparel, great truck wraps. They might even go to designers, and you have to build relationships with designers to get leads from high-end clients. They could also go to home shows. There's so many ways to look at it, but really the purpose of this video, I just want to get your guys' mind thinking in the right frame of context. If you're not getting the right results, it's not because marketing doesn't work. It's because the type of marketing that you're doing and the way that you're doing it isn't what you want. One of the other things that I learned about marketing is there's two main types. You have inbound marketing on one side and you have outbound marketing on the other side. What inbound marketing means is that you're putting yourself in front of someone who's already searching for you. So think of something like Google marketing, for instance. You're putting yourself in front of them at the time of the moment that they're searching. Okay, so there's a whole different marketing strategies all around inbound. Then on the other hand, you have outbound. And outbound is all about placing an ad in front of someone when they're probably not thinking about it, but you're trying to get their attention. You're trying to basically snap them out of their reality, get them interested in what you're selling, and then trying to sell them your product. Both of those are completely different. And so if you're not creating separate strategies for your inbound strategy and for your outbound strategy, then you're probably doing it wrong. All right, and lastly, depending on the size of your business and how much money you have, there's different marketing strategies altogether, all the way from getting leads for free to paying a lot of money for the leads, but them having to be really fast and quality. So think of it like a spectrum. Over here, you can get leads that are free and that require a little bit more work to get to. Those can be things like building relationships with referral partners. Say, for instance, I'm a concrete contractor. If I literally just pick up my phone and I call a bunch of pergola contractors, and I could say something like this. Hey, I actually do concrete. It's so nice to meet you. I'm just kind of curious, do any of your customers ever ask you for patios to put the pergola on? And they're like, well, yeah, in fact, they do. And then you could build a relationship with that contractor so that way you guys can share leads with each other. That's an example of a free strategy. Then we go all the way to the other spectrum that requires really no work, but it requires money, is say putting out ads on the internet, for instance, Google ads. So when someone is looking for patio contractor near me, you show up. And there's so many strategies in between that spectrum that based on where you're at in your business, I would recommend probably different strategies to you. So this video is really just a video to start expanding your mindset a little bit about marketing, how it works. Is it inbound, outbound? Is it free? Is it paid? Am I fishing with the right bait? Am I fishing in the right spot? All of those same things. But what we're gonna do now is in my future videos, I'm gonna be breaking down on a spectrum of everything about like going into depth about SEO, social media marketing, paid marketing, you name it, we're gonna be talking about it. So make sure you like and subscribe on this channel. And again, if you want a shortcut to success, click the link down below and my team may or may not be able to help you out with your own marketing. And with that being said, I'll see you in the next video.